Hey guys, it's Chris at Highline Guitars, and here's this week's quick tip for luthiers. If you're shopping for wood for a solid body electric guitar, stop doing this. Why? Because you're building a solid body guitar. You're not making an acoustic guitar. I've made a number of acoustic guitars in the past, and I know that you can check and you can even measure the resonance, the frequency of resonance from the wood, and then you can manipulate that based on how thick you plane down the top, back, and sides, as well as how you shape the braces that support it. But with a solid body guitar, tap tone is meaningless because you're still got to cut out the shape of the guitar and route the pockets. And removing all that wood is going to change the way the tap tone sounds. So when I see guys who build solid body electric guitars doing this, I have to laugh because they really don't know what they're listening for. They may think they're listening for a bell-like chime in the tone, but that doesn't matter because, like I said, once you've removed a lot of wood, it's going to change. But also, the tone and the sustain is going to come from the pickups you choose and how well you set up the guitar. That's where the magic happens, not in the selection of the wood. In truth, when it comes to selecting wood for a solid body guitar, you want to pick an attractive wood if you're building a guitar where you're going to feature the grain. If you're going to be painting the guitar, that doesn't matter so much. You just want a good quality piece of wood that's going to be easy to prime and paint so that you don't see the grain. And then as far as the neck is concerned, you just want to make sure that the wood is going to be stable enough for a guitar neck. It's going to be able to withstand the string tension. But standing there doing this isn't going to tell you anything. In fact, this is a nice piece of quarter sawn ribbon stripe mahogany. You hear that? Now compare that to this piece of maple. I don't know if you can hear that, but the difference is noticeable. The mahogany sounds brighter and the maple sounds a little bit darker. So normally we expect the maple to sound brighter and the mahogany to sound a little bit darker. But in this case, it obviously doesn't. So what's going on here? Well, it just has to do with the specific cuts of wood, not necessarily the species, but this particular piece of wood just happens to sound a little darker than the mahogany. So should I toss out this piece of mahogany and consider it to be useless for a guitar that's going to be made with mahogany? No, I'm not going to toss it out. I'm going to use it because I know that it's the pickups and the way that I set up the instrument in the end that's going to determine how this guitar is actually going to sound. And if by chance I don't like the way the finished guitar sounds, all I have to do is check the setup, make sure I get the sustain that the maximum amount of sustain that's possible. And then I can check the pickups to determine whether or not the specs that I chose are the right specs for the tone that I'm after. If it's not, maybe I could swap out the pickups for a different set, or I could do something as simple as swap out the magnets to change the tone. But doing this isn't going to do anything. So the next time you see a luthier doing this, ask them, are you building an acoustic guitar or electric guitars? And if they say they build electric guitars, solid body electric guitars, ask them why they're doing it. And don't just accept a vague answer about tone and resonance. Press them for an answer that's quantifiable. And if they can't give you one, I think you know the real answer. They're just trying to make what they do seem more complicated and sophisticated than it really is. And if it seems like they really believe that what they're doing is valuable and important, you have to call into question how much they actually know about setup and pickup selection. Because in a solid body electric guitar, that's where the magic really happens. And that's where you can shape the tone and sustain of a guitar. And if they think that doing this is somehow going to achieve what they're after, then they probably don't know that much about how to do the setup and pickup selection correctly to get the tone that they really need or that their customer would want. So I hope you found this video to be intriguing. I know it'll probably be somewhat controversial, and that's okay. Either way, give me a thumbs up. And be sure to hit the subscribe button if you don't already subscribe to this channel. And if you want to help support what I do on YouTube, head over to eguitarplans.com, purchase a plan for the guitars or the tools that I use. And even if you don't make it, just know that your purchase helps to support this channel. And in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.